Hello, I'm North Survival and welcome to Wild Edibles in Sweden Part 1. Now I found some wild raspberries. As you can see here, the red berry. These berries or plants often grows where there have been old pine forest before and where they have logged area. They like it there in that sort of ground, and they often grow where there's lots of grass. And the big difference between wild raspberries and raspberries that you have in your garden is that wild raspberries have more flavor and taste to them. So if you find these in the forest when you're out, you will hit the jackpot. With the wild raspberries and the normal raspberries, you can do everything from juice, you can make jam, you can make pies. You can make absolutely everything with raspberries, and the tastes are delicious. I just found some more edibles over here, but first of all I would like to tell you a story. This is a true story that happened here in Sweden just a couple of weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. There was a guy. He was alone in his car. He thought he would explore the bush a bit, so he drove out into the forest. And in some parts of Sweden are really deserted. There are not many people that lives out there, and especially in the north. And anyway, the guy, he drove out in the forest. He drove further and further into the forest, and then all of a sudden he got lost. So he drove around there for a couple of more hours, tried to find his way out on his own. And then all of a sudden the car broke down for him, and he thought, this is no problem, I can just call AAA or something to come and pick me up. But with these new phones we have today, like the iPhone or some other big screen phone, the battery is very short on those. So he hadn't charged his telephone that morning, so the battery ran out, so he couldn't make a call. And then it went from being a fun drive through the forest to be in a real survival situation when the car didn't start and the phone didn't work, and he was in the middle of the forest where there wasn't a human for miles away. And we saw on the news that this guy was gone, and 1 week later they found him. And then when he talked about what happened, he said, like I said, that the car broke down for him and the phone didn't work. So they asked him how he could have survived out there, and he said he had been walking around trying to find someone, and during that time he had eaten blueberries and drinking water. So he had basically survived for a week out in the forest by only eating blueberries and drinking water. So that just goes to show, if you're not always prepared, you're never prepared, and that is really true. So with that story, that brings me to our next wild edible, which is blueberry. So blueberries, you can find blueberries throughout the whole of Sweden, and especially in the middle and the north part. And blueberries, they are excellent because they contain a lot of carbohydrates, and they are perfect to make tea out of, and also to make blueberry pie, juice, jam even. So blueberries, they like to grow in the pine and spruce forest where there is pretty dry ground. And if you just go and eat blueberries all day, then you will be full at the end of the day, because there is a lot of blueberries everywhere in the forest during the summer. So it's no shortage on those. Another good wild edible to eat is lingon, which is the name of this berry. Lingon grows at the same areas as blueberry does. Pretty dry areas, spruce forest, pine forest, that sort of grounds, and they grows mostly in the north of Sweden and in the middle of Sweden. And lingon is great to make jam out of. You might have eaten mashed potatoes, Swedish meatballs and lingon jam at IKEA sometime. And this is the lingon which they make the lingon jam out of. Lingon are best to pick and eat at fall when they are ready. And they are red when they are ready. They are, you see the white lingon in the bottoms here, they are not ready. But the red ones are, so this is just to pick and eat basically. There are plenty of them everywhere here. If you like this video, then remember to thanks for watching everyone.